Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as I told you guys, I'm creating a playlist about data structures and algorithm and subtopics of that main topic. So as the first video in this playlist, I'm going to demonstrate you guys about excuse me, I'm going to demonstrate you guys about array stacks. So let's get started. Okay, let's start with the first question, the first cue. What is an array stack? So array stack is an array that contains a stack. You know, those two words combined, an array and a stack. So let's first talk about the stack part. Excuse me. So a stack, what is a stack? What is the general imagination of a stack that you hear the word stack? So you can imagine it's like a stack of plates, you know. We all know what it looks like, you know, a stack of plates. So a stack is just like that. It's a LIFO type of stack. So last in, first out. In a stack, always last in, first out. Because as I told you earlier, let's take that example, a stack of plates. So in a stack of plates, if you want to remove a plate, what's the first plate that removes from the stack? Is it the last plate, or a middle plate, or the first, the on top plate? It always be the top plate, you know. So if you try to get a plate from the bottom or in the middle, the stack will fall and crash all the plates. So the most excuse me, the most practical way to remove a plate from the top. And if you put a new plate, if you enter a new plate into the stack, into the existing stack, you can add that plate on top of the existing top plate. You know, you can't put the new plate, the new element in the middle. You know, you can't do that. That's a stack. That's a basic practical imagination of a stack. There are three main operations in array stacks. Those are pop, push, and peek. What is push means? Push means pushing an element into an existing array stack. So just as the word says push, it means entering a new element into the existing array stack. So as we all know, in a stack you can only interact with the top element. So if you push a new element, you put that new element on top of the existing top element. Okay, so what is pop? Pop is just like that. Pop means popping out the last element in the stack. So that main principle follows to this operation too. The last element of the stack is the interactive element. So if you want to pop an element, the last element of that stack is going to pop, you know. So what is peek? Peek means it's like the word says, peeking. Peeking means like, you know, peek. So if you want to peek the top element, the last entered element, you can use the peek operation. It allows you to see the last element in that stack. Okay, why we use array stacks? Let's talk about it. So there is some major advantages, as it's very effective, it's very accurate, and because it has a fixed size. It's very efficient. It won't use much space. And fast access, because it has every element have its own index, and those elements are stored in a sequential way. So when you retrieve those data back, you can retrieve those data, access it fast and accurately, very efficient. So also a low overhead compared to linked lists. And what are the disadvantages? There are some disadvantages as well. As I told you earlier, these array stacks have fixed size. So if you declared the size at the beginning, you can't adjust it afterwards. You can't extend it or excuse me, reduce or whatever. You can't do it. That's a big cap. And also there is a stack overflow hazard. So if you are using array stacks, you have to always keep in mind what is the capacity. I mean, if it's full, you have to maintain it, or otherwise it will exceed capacity and overflow. That's a big disaster. So less flexibility compared to dynamic stacks. So dynamic stacks are way more flexible. You can do